Hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson and welcome to the channel. So on this travel day, we are back at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures to check out two of their newest exhibits, Color in Motion and Cyberpunk. This is a museum member preview day, so the exhibit officially opens on October 6th. Without further ado, let's get this trip started. Alright, so I'm at the roof plaza of the Academy Museum, and much like with the last video I did at the museum last year, I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm not going to be talking in real time while I'm vlogging, but rather doing voiceover, because it's a museum. I want to be respectful to everybody in the area since, you know, museums aren't as loud as theme parks are. So let's check these exhibits out. The first one up is Cyberpunk, envisioning possible futures through cinema. This is a pretty small exhibit. It took the place of the room that used to have the matte painting of Mount Rushmore from North by Northwest. And this exhibit pretty much details a bunch of the darker, more cyber science fiction films like RoboCop, Blade Runner, Ex Machina, The Terminator. It's got a cool semi-wraparound projection showcasing a lot of the visuals and landscapes from those movies. And it's got some props from those films as well, including one of the suits used from the original Tron, the VidPhone booth from Blade Runner, the original, and some concept art from The Terminator, Running Man, props from Ex Machina. It's a decent exhibit, but I was disappointed and went into it expecting something along the lines of the horror science fiction exhibit from Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture. Color in Motion, on the other hand, is located on the 4th floor of the museum, so it has a lot more to work with. And this exhibit pretty much goes into the history of color in film, starting as early as The Serpentine Dance from 1894, a movie that I've never even heard of that was in the 19th century and utilized color. It also has on display a lot of posters that emphasize color like Rocky Horror Picture Show and West Side Story, and showcased a bunch of colorful costumes, including Maria's dress from West Side Story. It also gives us a brief history of Walt Disney's rise to power, their ink and paint department, and what tools the animators had to use to bring some of their earlier short films and features to life. One of the more interesting parts of the exhibit for me was the monochrome film colors exhibit, because it showcased the use of color in silent films from the 1920s. When you think about a bunch of old movies before the era of Technicolor, you usually think of them as being in black and white, but a lot of silent films were just like one shade of color, like purple, orange, even green. There's also an exhibit showcasing how important color is to defining a character in a movie. They had props including the burn book from the original Mean Girls, Heath Ledger's Joker costume from The Dark Knight, Steve Zissou's costume from Life Aquatic, and of course it wouldn't be a color in motion exhibit without Dorothy's slippers from The Wizard of Oz. And to tie everything back to the Cyberpunk exhibit, it showcased how color was important for the original Tron, which all the scenes in the computer were filmed in black and white, and they eventually added color later on. So this was definitely the biggest highlight when it came to the two new exhibits at the Academy Museum. So that pretty much does it for this video. I really enjoyed both exhibits at the end of the day, although I'm a little disappointed in Cyberpunk just in the sense that it's my favorite genre, science fiction, and I think there could have been a lot more to showcase with an exhibit, specifically on the 80s era of science fiction and where our world is heading, or is right now. But the Color in Motion exhibit is definitely the big one. It's on the 4th floor. Every exhibit that the Academy Museum has put on that 4th floor is fantastic. My favorite one is still the Hayao Miyazaki one that they did when the museum first opened, but this one might be a close second. Both of them were pretty cool to see. Even if you come to the museum not specifically for those two exhibits, there's still a lot more that's different since the last time I made a video there. For example, the first floor where they showcase the history of film has a different layout altogether, and they've added new movies since the museum first opened. The animation exhibit is entirely different, including a side-by-side comparison of some of the models from the Disney Pinocchio from 1940 and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio from 2022. And the science fiction section has included some props from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Star Wars sequel trilogy. So it's good to know that this place is always changing its current exhibits as time goes on. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this but you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and make sure to hit the bell button to get a notification when I release a new video. And if you're currently subscribed to the channel, or even if you're not, make sure to give this video a like and leave a comment down below if you've seen the exhibit for yourself or you're looking forward to it. If you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and my movie review channel right here on YouTube, especially if you enjoyed this particular video. I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, have a good day, take care, and safe travels.